And on the subject of writing, I've got to ask about this because you've been so successful. You've had 6 successful books. I think most of them being New York Times bestsellers. How do you? I'm guessing you're probably a bit like me and a lot of creative people. You probably have a lot of ideas, a lot of things you could write about that interest you. Would that be a fair statement, or is it much simpler?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I do. Most of them aren't very good, but I have quantity, if not
yeah.
quality.
And so, how do you choose? So, at what point? So, if we take when, for instance, at what point does the book start to form and go, okay, this is the one I should do next?
Yeah,
How
it's a
does
great
that
question,
process?
and it's not like there's an algorithm for it. But I'll tell you what I do. So I keep a running list of ideas, um, and I go back and review them periodically. And I find, as I was saying, most of the ideas are pretty bad. And in reviewing the ideas for books, for television programs, for films, for whatever, I'll go back and look at them every 6 months or so. And as I said, a lot of them I'll be like, "Ugh, this is a terrible idea. I don't want to. This is no interest. It's stupid." And what I find is that a few ideas keep staying in the list, segment after segment after segment. That tells you something. And then in terms of, and then I'll look at those when I'm at a juncture and say, okay, let me just go a little deeper into one of these ideas. So I'll do a little bit of research. And for me, for books, I always write a pretty substantial book proposal before writing a book. And I do that really for myself, because I find that, if I can't write 20, 30 pages about what this book is about, why it's interesting, why no one has done it yet, why I'm the right person to do it, why there's an audience for it out there, it's probably not a very good book. It's very easy to come up with an idea in a sentence length or a paragraph length, but you really stress test it if you try to, say, hey, let's write this as a full-fledged proposal. And so truly, for the last time I was in this position, I had an idea for a book, and I started doing some research on it, and I started writing a proposal, and I got fairly substantial way through and said, nope, there's not a there. And then I actually did a second one where I said, ugh, I just don't think this is quite there yet. And then I had been playing around with this when idea. I did some more research on it, and I said, whoa, wait a second, there's some serious research on here. And I just started writing the proposal. I said, "Oh my God!" Basically, it's like I want to know more about this. And so it's sort of, and again, it's not algorithmic. It's somewhat intuitive. But I had an intuitive sense. Geez, this is pretty interesting. God, for this last book, I really started with almost all questions, no answers, because I was making these timing decisions in my own life. I wanted to make them better. And so I wanted to read this book. And unfortunately, it didn't exist, so I had to write it.